Hello everyone, my name is Nikita Polishchuk. I'm a financial analyst at PHC Advisory Tax Accounting, part of DP Group. In today's video, I will introduce you to the topic e-commerce market in Russia, Fiscal Perspective. First, I would like to introduce our company, DP Group. At the head of DP Group are the founders, Mr. Carlo D'Andrea and Mr. Matteo G. DP Group incorporates 4 companies, of which I will tell you in a moment. These 4 companies are D'Andrea and Partners Legal Counsel, PHC Advisory Tax Accounting, Eastern Communication and Events, and Johnson Better. D'Andrea and Partners Legal Counsel is an international law firm and a point of reference for companies that would like to enter the global marketplace. The company consists of professionals which come from different countries around the world. The company has a number of branches around Asia, Europe, as well as a Russian desk. And the clients of the firm include both large industrial groups as well as medium-sized Italian, Chinese, and global enterprises. PHC Advisory Tax and Accounting is an international consulting firm which specializes in accounting, taxation, and finance. We provide such services as the outsource of accounting functions, tax compliance, treasury, and payroll management. We also provide services such as financial supervision and internal audit. We support our clients in the activities related to M&A and other transactions. And finally, we provide business consulting, both on personal and corporate levels. Eastern Communication and Events is an international agency which specializes in social media, digital marketing, PR, and events planning. It works with multinational companies which are interested in operating in the Chinese market both at B2B and B2C levels. And Johnson Better Education provides such services as short-term internship and business visits, study abroad consulting, and language training and online education. At DP Group, we also issue practical guides related to doing business in China. These guides are available in English, Italian, and Russian languages and can be found in both printed and e-book formats. I'm also happy to announce the fact that we have finalized our recent guide in the China series on the e-commerce in China. The guide will be available to the general public soon. And as for the international practical guides related to various aspects about the Vietnamese, Italian, and Belarusian markets, feel free to contact us directly. On this slide, you can see some of our clients. And here are the addresses and the contact information of our offices. We can be found in China, Italy, India, Vietnam, and UAE. So back to the topic of today's video, Russia e-commerce market, fiscal perspective. The agenda for this presentation is the following. First, I would like to introduce you to the e-commerce market in Russia and then showcase the general trends and compare the Russian e-commerce market with other global e-commerce markets. I will summarize the key points and highlight some of the potential future developments of the market, especially important for the foreign businessmen and entrepreneurs who would like to enter the Russian e-commerce segment. And finally, I will answer some of the popular questions related to taxation and business operations in the Russian e-commerce segment. So I would like to begin with the online sales. The online sales have been growing steadily in Russia. If we look at the numbers on the left, we can see that from 2011 to 2019, the numbers have been growing at the rate of approximately 25% annually, and some of the years even 30%. These are huge numbers, especially for a country which has a population of 145 million people. If we compare Russia to the other major e-commerce markets worldwide, we can see that the country is ranked 5th, just behind Mexico, India, Philippines, and China. Of course, we all are aware of the extraordinary levels of economic growth in these 4 countries. However, the same cannot be said about Russia. In the last 10 years, starting from 2010, the economic conditions in Russia have been satisfactory at best. Therefore, this extraordinary rate of the online sales growth is related to a different factor. And this factor is the online and e-commerce penetration. As we can see from the numbers on the graph on the left, the internet penetration in Russia has been rising steadily. If in 2008, 25% of the population had access to the internet, in 2019, 80% of the population were using internet actively in their day-to-day life. However, as far as the e-commerce penetration numbers are concerned, the e-commerce penetration in Russia is lagging behind the internet penetration. So only the fraction of those who have the access to the internet actually shop online, which indicates a rather conservative nature of an average Russian consumer. However, things are changing very fast. If we look at the internet penetration and e-commerce penetration worldwide, Russia is actually ranks 4th in terms of the internet penetration, just behind the UK, Japan, and Germany. However, the e-commerce penetration, Russia is the last in the top 10 countries with the highest internet penetration, which indicates a very large scope for development and many business opportunities in the online sales segment. This slide shows the most booming industries in the e-commerce segment. The first is pharmaceutical with 92% in the 2019, from 2018 to 2019. It is followed by e-grocery, fashion, children's goods, and automobile goods. This slide shows the most recent data, the data on the online sales growth in 2020. As we all know, in this very complicated year, the COVID-19 pandemic has played a major role in accelerating the online sales. Russia was no exception, with the COVID lockdown factoring in. In addition, the depreciation of the Russian currency, the ruble, as well as the panic purchase which followed, also gave a huge rise to the e-sales in the country. So as to the key findings. First, e-commerce is a very fast-growing segment in Russia, with an annual average growth of 25%. There are a number of growth opportunities, especially as the internet penetration is high, yet the e-commerce penetration is lagging behind. Cross-border limitations do support domestic producers, and I will mention more about this in the next slide. COVID-19 was and remains the main cause and catalyst for the increase in the e-sales. And we believe 2021 will be a good moment to enter the e-commerce market in Russia. So now to some of the popular questions related to taxation and operations in the e-commerce segment. So first, is the sale of online products subject to taxation? Generally, yes, the VAT rate of 20% does apply to all sales, and therefore all foreign businesses that sell digital products to Russia-based consumers should collect VAT and report to Russian tax authorities. What are the rules for the company registration of VAT? The foreign companies providing electronic services must register the VAT within 30 calendar days of the date on which they started providing the services to customers which are based in Russia. And domestic internet sales are taxed at the same rate as are the offline sales. Are there any tax-free cross-border purchases? Yes, there are, but we have seen the declining trend of the threshold for the tax-free cross-border purchases. For example, in 2018, a purchase made via cross-border channel was tax-free up to 1,000 euros. However, in 2020, the same purchase was only tax-free up to 200 euros. This is supported by the fact that Russian consumers, in fact, do prefer to shop on the domestic websites rather to shop on the foreign websites when it comes to e-commerce, and especially because of the declining threshold of the tax-free cross-border purchases. And finally, what if an offshore company is used to supply goods over the internet? How will returns be treated for tax purposes? Generally, if the price returned to the onshore company is unreasonably higher then the cost paid by the customer to the offshore seller. Of course, transfer pricing issues may arise, but this is considered on the case-by-case basis. And this is all for today's video. Thank you for your attention.
For those of you who are interested in the e-commerce market in China, we are happy to announce that we have finalized our practical guide on the e-commerce in China, and the guide will be available soon. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or send us a message. You can find all the contact information in the description of this video. Thank you.